Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am going to be doing my mum makeup routine, aka my no makeup look. I rarely get to do my makeup nowadays, but on the days that I can, I do still enjoy to do it. So I've already washed my face and put my moisturiser on, and yeah, so let's get straight into my routine. So my first step is usually, it's not always this as my first step. I have got a little bit of a tan. I know it doesn't look like it on the camera, but I am a little bit tan because I have been out and about with Amelia a lot. So I always put this on, which is the illuminating primer. This one's from Makeup Academy. Just show you that one there. And this one is in the colour Flare. It says with apricot oil and papaya extract. I have found that when I have a tan, if I put this underneath my makeup, it does give me a glow. As I've said in previous videos, I have got quite combination skin, so it is quite oily, yet it is quite dry. So with this, I don't put a lot on, but it literally just like gives my skin that little bit more of a glow, whereas before obviously my skin doesn't have like a really natural glow. So with using this underneath, it's literally the perfect thing, like to give my face just like a little bit of a glow. I literally don't use a lot. I literally just take two little bits on my fingers and then I literally just pop it around my face. When I look at it now, it looks so dark, and then I just rub it in with my hands just to like really get it into my skin. I promise you it doesn't look like orange like you think it would. Just give me a second to rub it in. I don't know if you can see, but it has given my skin that little bit of a tint and like just a really nice glow. Not like an oily glow. Like I said, I do get quite oily skin, but this here doesn't make me more oily than what I already am, and it just gives me like a really natural glow, as if I want to glow, not as if like my skin is just really oily. So this is why I love this, putting it underneath my makeup. Of course, rub it into your neck, so nobody wants a line. But yeah, this is the first step in my makeup routine. So then for my foundation, I either use the Fenty Blurring Skin Tint. I like to use really heavy moisturisers just because I feel like they don't sit in my skin properly, or I use the Maybelline Skin Tint, and I know these are quite light, but with this underneath, I literally, you'll obviously see from my application that I do not put a lot of this on. So yeah, this is in the shade 3. This is the, yeah, is it? Yeah, it's the Fenty Beauty Blurring Skin Tint. It says Eavesdrop. I assume that's the colour. Don't come for me on that. But yeah, I literally just put a tiny bit on my face, and I will always use my trusty beauty blender just to blend all that in with obviously the base of my makeup. Now that is my sort of like full staple of my face done, I then like to take a concealer and just put a little bit under my eyes. If anyone's watching this thinking, what the hell, it doesn't look like you've done anything, I don't like having loads of product on my skin. I just like my skin to look like my skin but better. So this is, bear in mind, this usually takes me like 10 minutes to do if I ever put makeup on to go out anywhere, and it's super quick and easy. And like I said, I don't like having loads of layers on my skin, so this for me is just perfect. So the concealer that I use is the Rimmel Multitasker concealer in the shade 030 in light. This one here, like I said, I literally just put it under my eyes just to brighten my eyes up, especially any mums out there who've had any sleepless nights. This is brilliant. Again, I just use my beauty blender just to blend that one in. That is concealer under my eyes done, all of my base done. I then just go in and set my under eyes with some powder. The powder that I use, and that I've literally used for as long as I can remember, is the Rimmel London Stay Matte powder. This is in the shade 001 Transparent. Yeah, transparent. I was going to say translucent. But yeah, I literally just take this again and then just set underneath my eyes just to make sure I don't get any creases under my eyes. Now that is my under eyes with the powder on, just setting it in. I always take a brush afterwards. I don't leave it like this, do not panic. I then take a blush. I use this one again from Fenty Beauty. This colour is just the perfect shade of blush for me. I just love it so much. It's just really subtle, and as well, like, I feel like these are really good blushes because I feel like you can really build them on your skin, which obviously is ideal because I don't just want loads and loads of pigment all the time. Obviously sometimes I put on more blush than others, but obviously just to go with my natural everyday makeup look, I barely use any of this, but it just gives me that really nice glow above my skin. When I apply this product, I always just take it with my finger just to like warm the product up, and then I just tap it on my skin. I don't use any brushes or anything. I literally just use my skin. Like, I use the heat from my hands just to really get that product sort of where I want it, and I just find that works best for me and my skin. Now that I have popped this on my skin, as you can see, I just really like it really subtle, but just that little bit of colour on my cheeks rather than just having like really harsh lines or just having nothing really. I just think it always makes that nice to have that little bit of colour. I do also always pop just a little bit sort of here on my nose, on the bridge of my nose, just to sort of make it look like, I guess, a flushed sort of appearance. But yeah, so that is the blusher that I use, and like I said, I've literally used this one for so long, and this is in the colour 10 and it's the colour Rose Latte. I'm gonna go in with my Stay Matte powder again just to set on my face. I literally don't use a lot of this at all. I literally just want to tap it because obviously I have just put the blush on, and I only put cream blush on. I don't really like the look of how the cream blush looks sort of under the powder as well. So it is a Real Techniques brush. I've had this one for, I can't even remember how long, but yeah, I literally just take a bit of powder and then I just sort of like set the rest of my face and sort of wipe off any sort of excess that is like sitting around my eyes. So that is my base pretty much done. The only thing that I go in with now is the Revolution Mega Bronzer in 02 in Warm. All of my makeup products, I can't remember how long I've had them for. They are probably past their date. I've had this longer than 12 months. If you maybe watch my old video, I had this in there, I think, and I've probably had them for maybe 4 years, but I'm not a makeup girly. I'm just not the best with doing my makeup, so it's always just been something really quick and easy for me. But like I said, this bronzer is really nice, and I just use it just to warm parts of my face up. I know that everyone says it's where the sun naturally hits, whether that's contour, I don't know, but I just use this just to bronze the rest of my face up and just to sort of tie it all in together. So that is with the bronzer on. Like I said, I literally don't do a lot at all, and the brush that I use is this MAC brush. I got it in a Christmas gift set with a highlighter, but yeah, I don't actually know which one it is. I don't know if you can buy this, but yeah, like I said, this is the brush that I use. But now my skin and everything is all done, it's all set, I've got all my products on. The last thing that I do is just put some mascara on. So the last step of my makeup routine is my mascara. I use the e.l.f. Lash and Roll. Again, I've used this for as long as I can remember. So yeah, this is just a staple for me. Put loads on. I haven't got the best eyelashes in the world, but this is the mascara that I use. So now that I've put my mascara on, that is the end of my makeup routine. I never put a lipstick or anything on. I never put like a lip balm on or something, just whatever one I've got to hand really. So what I will do is in the description I will link down below all the products that I use. I would also love some recommendations because I am just not really in like the makeup world, if I'm honest. I would love to try some new products because like I said, I've had all these products for so long and I definitely probably shouldn't have them anymore, but it does the job and I just like the way everything is on my skin. So if anyone has got any recommendations to any products they use or anything that they think might be helpful or something that I can add to my routine, then please let me know. But bear in mind, I am a mum and sometimes I can't just sit here and do my makeup. Sometimes it is on the go, which I'm so grateful for. I literally wouldn't have it any other way. But yeah, this is the finished makeup look and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments if there is anything that you'd recommend or if there's anything more that you want to know, and also don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video. Also turn post notifications on so to make sure that you get notified every every time I upload. Just gonna show you a sort of like up close just so you can see sort of how my skin looks. Don't know whether that's any better, but yeah, like I said, it's just sort of like my skin but better, and that's just the way that I like to do my makeup. We'll see you all in the next video. Bye.